We're going back to 1925 this weekend. The final chapter for the family and staff of Downton Abbey begins this Sunday night at 9. Now we're celebrating 60 years of ITV, and your favourite shows have some unforgettable theme tunes. It's time to find out your favourites now in The Sound of ITV.
I just totally lost it. I mean, lost it.
Let's get you a new card then, madam.
Thank you.
Nationwide, proud supporters of real life.
Tonight we're celebrating 60 years of ITV's best-loved theme tunes.
Cheers! Theme music is really important. It sets you up.
They're the sounds that have orchestrated their way into millions of our homes.
Mabel, it started!
It's part of the fabric of people's home lives.
From cop shows to costume drama to 60s fantasy, we've been on an incredible musical journey.
It can make or break a television series,
which has provided us with the soundtrack to ITV's most popular shows.
You wouldn't care to elaborate, would you?
All in good time, Inspector, because this is the sound of ITV. From opening titles to closing credits, it's the music that has become as famous as the shows themselves.
The Sweeney, what a great theme.
Tales of the unexpected.
Great tune, so good.
Over the next hour, we'll meet the writers and performers of some classic theme tunes.
Our associate producer came up to me and said, "Do you know what? I really like your song. I think that'd be the one to use." I went, "Oh, really?"
And hear the stories behind TV music which even made the charts.
I was really in the spotlight, and everybody was looking at me. What is that record? What's that guy doing on number one?
We've selected 20 of ITV's greatest theme tunes and carried out an exclusive poll of ITV viewers.
I can explain everything.
And tonight we'll reveal what's been voted the ultimate sound of ITV.
I will get to the bottom of this matter.
So prepare for some musical tales of the unexpected as we start our countdown.
Have I got a surprise for you?
Scylla had always sung on every show she'd done, so we said, well, let's create a theme tune.
My manager said to me, would you like to try and do a theme tune for Cilla Black's new series that she's doing? The brief for the song was, it's a show that's going to be reuniting people, and it's called Surprise, Surprise.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Cilla Black.
And as soon as he said that, I could hear her singing the words, surprise, surprise. I just heard it straight away.
Surprise, surprise. The unexpected hits you between the eyes. The unpredictable, that's the surprise you see. Surprise, surprise.
It was going to be an emotional show, so it had to be heartfelt lyrics without being too cheesy.
Say hello to your two sons after 15 years. Come in, gang.
I remember thinking, if I could just use some cliches. My mum used to always say to me, the more the world changes, the more it stays the same. And I thought I'd use that as the first line. The more the world is changing, the more it stays the same.
Life is full of small surprises. It's a never-ending game.
I think I wrote it in about an hour, probably. It was a real quick one.
And when it came to recording the song, Kate used an unusual tactic to persuade Cilla that this was for her.
I sang it in her voice. Slightly, just slightly.
You could hear Scylla sing it. Kate doing the impression sold it to us as well. And it said it all.
But Kate made a very good impression in more ways than one.
Surprise, surprise.
I realised I could do her voice after sending this demo. And I remember thinking, oh, I maybe use that in a performance. And I ended up doing Cilla Black for quite a few years after that.
Now, Gladys, you've been happily married for 25 years, haven't you? You've got a lot of lovely knickers and a fabulous home. But there's something missing in your life, isn't it, Chuck? That's right.
But Cilla never minded. She was always very graceful about it.
Surprise, surprise.
There are more surprises next. And the long-running show which revealed the life stories of unsuspecting celebrities. This lavish composition already existed as a piece called Gala Performance, written by the legendary Laurie Johnson, who penned dozens of TV and film scores, including The Avengers and Dr. Strangelove. For nearly 50 years, hosts Eamon Andrews, Trevor McDonald and Michael Aspel surprised hundreds of famous faces with their big red book, including this TV theme tune songwriting duo in 1991.
This here tonight, Tony Hatch and Jackie Trent, This Is Your Life.
You needed something that was bigger occasion, because it's somebody's life story, and I think that says it all.
Tony Hatch and Jackie Trent, This Is Your Life.
This Is Your Life showed that Laurie Johnson could write this very spectacular type of music which gave you a feeling of this is something very special and very big to be on this show.
From one show dedicated to good sports to another which was on our screens for 20 years. ITV's flagship sports programme and long-running rival to the BBC's Grandstand took off with the World of Sport March, composed by Australian jazz violinist Don Harper.
It was a very powerful theme, actually, and suddenly up popped Dickie Davison.
Good afternoon and a very warm welcome to World of Sport on the last Saturday of Football League action this season.
Each week, the theme tune to the series was heard on a Saturday afternoon by 9 million viewers, with many of them tuning in for the wrestling.
Oh, a double-body check by both men.
It was all part of an afternoon. Wasted, but in its way beautiful.
This was a World of Sport unit production.
Emmerdale Farm. Hello.
Number 17 in our countdown gives us the now familiar sound of the Yorkshire Dales.
If you're a fan of the show, and you have been for 43 years, I think it's a comfort.
It's part of the fabric of people's home lives.
The music to the original series, then called Emmerdale Farm, was written by TV theme tune supremo Tony Hatch.
I got a call, and it was a lady called Jackie Stoller, who was head of drama at the station, and she said, we're going to do this new drama series, and we'd love you to do the music.
It's a deal.
She had told me about the opening scenes, the rolling grasslands, the dry stone walls, the village and the farm. And I'd visited Yorkshire many times, and I'd been out in the country, and I just got this rather lonely feeling. They told me I could use all of 6 musicians. So I think I used a harp and an oboe and a piano. We just kept it very, very nice and simple, and that was the original theme.
As many Emmerdale fans will know, since the series began over 40 years ago, the theme tune and the title sequence have changed a number of times. But how many people know that the tune was once recorded with words in Swedish? Well, it seems these two didn't.
What do the lyrics say? Marlondingo is surprisingly hunky despite appearances. I think is the translation.
I'm not sure they're quite the right words, Mark. Either way, the song and the show might have changed over the years, but Emmerdale's always stayed faithful to Tony's timeless melody.
I mean, they have gone a little bit away from my original rhythm. Although I say it myself, I think it's a really good tune. I love it.
Now, in the 1970s, game shows used to sound like this.
Mr. and Mrs. Be nice to each other.
And in the 80s, like this. But the track at number 16 in our countdown sparked a quiz show revolution.
I think we came up with the main theme in a day. And I can distinctly remember my son Matthew sitting at the piano. The opening chord, da da da, that very opening chord is the opening chord from Holst's Mars Planet Suite. I also said there needs to be something in the melody of the theme that is the same as the rhythm of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. So it started off with his idea, da 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 da, and then Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
But the Strachan's work was far from over once they'd written the titles, as this was one quiz where music would play a crucial role throughout the show.
Here we are again. Hello. Oh. Hello, welcome to Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
You don't notice, as a viewer, quite what's happening, but it is slowly as the money builds. It is racking up the drama.
Question number 13 is worth $250,000.
And by the time you're up to sort of, you could lose £500,000. It's like, oh my God!
Final answer.
Final answer.
And the music actually really sticks that in, And it just made it pretty scary, actually, for somebody sitting there.
You just won £250,000.
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire's nerve-wracking format led to the programme becoming Britain's most successful quiz show ever, selling to over 100 countries.
It probably did, with hindsight, change the look of game shows and the feel of game shows forever. And what the music brought in was drama.
The music has been heard by, not everybody on the planet, but everybody on the planet that's got a television, probably.
This is something I need to do. I owe it to my father.
Okay, mate. Take your time.
Nationwide, proud supporters of real life.